Today we're here with St. Helens High School senior Hailee Fischer. She's the setter on the volleyball team. They're fresh off a pretty lopsided win last night against Milwaukee. What did you think about last night's match?
It was interesting. When we played them the first time, it wasn't that bad. It was like 5-25, but we still didn't think it was gonna be like that. But like the first match when it was 25-1, it shocked us. But it was good experience because we ran a lot of plays and stuff to get ready for LaSalle. So it was good. It was good practice, I guess.
Yeah, you were serving to start, right?
Yeah.
And how many serves did you have in a row?
19. I had 19 points.
So was that fun? Did you get tired of serving? What's going on
it was
in that situation?
Fun. It was kind of cool because I don't think many people serve 19 points in a game, but it was cool. It got kind of boring just because a lot of the time it was aces, so we weren't getting anything back. But when it would be like free balls, and we'd run lots of plays and stuff. So, but yeah, it was kind of cool.
So you're saying you have a chance to work on these plays that normally I'm guessing you would do in practice. How smoothly did they transition into the game? Did you guys run them pretty well? Yeah,
we did pretty good. We tried running a couple plays during LaSalle when we played them the first time, and they didn't really work out so well. It wasn't good. But then we've been practicing them, and we knew that Milwaukee was kind of a team for us to do that. So then it went pretty well. We had trouble with some plays that we know, so we're going to work on. But like with Taylor in the middle, we ran a lot of plays with her, that moving her around and stuff to move away from the blockers, like when we played LaSalle, because that was our problem with LaSalle, was they just blocked Taylor because we were doing the same thing over and over. So now we have different plays and stuff to run that we know we can.
So for somebody who's watching volleyball and maybe isn't a volleyball expert, it seems like the plays are pretty simple. The back row pass it to the setter, you set it to one of the hitters, and they spike it. What are these plays designed to do other than move people around? To like when there's blockers with Taylor and stuff, there's usually 3 people blocking Taylor if they're smart. And so then it's really difficult for Taylor to hit. So we will go back, and so then there will only be 1 blocker back there, and Taylor can work with 1 blocker. And so then it just changes things around. It does different stuff. It moves the other team's defense and stuff and throws them off. And with Taylor and how hard she hits, it always works out. So yeah. Yeah, so you've got Taylor, who's obviously really good. When you're setting, how do you decide who you're going to set to or where you're going to set? Well, me and Tom always talk about we always say who's hot tonight, and usually it's Taylor or Logan or Hannah, and it just depends on who they have in the front row blocking them. And so a lot of the time, if Taylor's hot, then we'll run plays around her and everything, and it varies on who's playing well that night, and then that's who I usually set. I try to. Is it pretty important to try to get all of the hitters involved throughout and keep them going throughout the match? Yeah, it's really hard with because we have so many outsides and stuff, so we try and get every outside in and run plays with them and stuff, but it's kind of difficult sometimes just because I don't know, like Hannah, I've never really played front row with her, so then setting with her is something different, but it's important for me to learn what she likes, the kind of sets, because with being a setter you have to learn what the hitters like, what kind of sets they like. So with Taylor, I know she likes them tight to the net because I've always set with Taylor, so it's but yeah, it's important to get everybody around. So she likes them close to the net. What else? Do some people like them just further back? Is that kind of what you're trying to learn as a setter? With Taylor, she likes them tight because she can move around the block and stuff and all that. But then if there's 3 blocks, I know that Taylor likes it off a little bit, so then she can move around them. And with Hannah now, I know that she likes them pretty close and she doesn't like them off at all. And then with Ryan, I know that Ryan likes them high. And that's what we at practice. That's what we learn. Is I have to learn what they like. Okay. All that. So looking at your league, you guys had Milwaukee last night. It seems like there's you guys, LaSalle, and Wilsonville, and then everybody else is kind of a little bit behind you based on the scores. Yeah. So what is it going to take for you guys to be able to beat Wilsonville and LaSalle the next time through?
Well, definitely with Wilsonville, what's going to take us is serve receive. We have a lot of trouble with passing and stuff, and Wilsonville has really deep serves and really good serves, especially their setter. She's really good, and so we have a lot of trouble with that. But if our serve receive is down, then we have Wilsonville. But with LaSalle, it's all plays, it's all our hitting and stuff. And we need to be in like the right positions because their hits are like directly right at where you're supposed to be, and if you're not in the right spot, they're gonna hit it there. And they see that really well and like with the plays and everything because they know like that Logan and Taylor are like our biggest hitters, so they know to triple block them, which makes it a lot harder to hit. And yeah, in coverage and stuff, we have to work on covering our hitters. We have a lot of trouble with that too. And then LaSalle blocks us a lot, so.
Okay. The good news with LaSalle, you get them at home this time around, and it seems like you guys have had great support from the students this year. How much of a boost does that give you guys out on the court?
A lot. It helps us a lot. With like when we get, our team has always had trouble with talking and like when Taylor gets a kill, we're all so just used to it that we're just like, oh, nice job. Like we don't freak out about it, but like our crowd will start freaking out, and so then it makes us get all excited and everything. And like with serving, like last night with Milwaukee, every time I got an ace, the crowd, even though it was a boring game, would still freak out, and so then it was still exciting. It just makes it a lot more like exciting to play and like do good, because we're so used to Taylor just killing it all the time that we're just like, oh, good job. But with the crowd, it just makes everything more exciting and makes us play harder so that we look good.
So last night the crowd was dressed in red, white, and blue. You guys have had like a beach night.
Mm-hmm.
Who comes up with the ideas for what they're wearing?
Well, we have this thing on Twitter, and it's called the Jungle Crew, and there's 9 people that are in charge of it, and it's like 9 of our guys, and it's senior guys, and they decide like the themes and stuff. And on Twitter they like ask like, what should we wear for this game? And I think the next game is actually pajama night, so we'll be doing that. And then I know that for LaSalle, actually, it's going to be silent night, so like when we get like the 10th point, that's when the crowd freaks out and stuff. But we decided like based on like our games, like with Milwaukee, because it was just a quick game, we dressed in like stuff that we weren't sure if people actually were going to dress up for. But the 9 guys always decide, and they have planned out like different themes. They just pick randomly what night to do it and stuff. But yeah, it's on Twitter. Maybe I'll follow.
So do you guys ever find yourself kind of looking and being kind of laughing at what they're wearing, or are you able to focus on the game for the most part?
Well, we can focus on the game for the most part, but like during warm-ups and stuff, like when we see the crowd and everybody walking in their stuff, we're like, oh my god. Like sometimes it's bad. Like last time one of them was wearing a Speedo at beach night, and it was crazy. But during the game we usually don't pay attention to it at all. We usually stay focused to the game. But
I'm sure the coaches are happy about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, well, good luck with Park Rose tomorrow night and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
You bet.